Hello guys, welcome back to another video today. And today we're going to be doing part 2 on how to make a shooter game. Let's start. So right here I added a new thing here. So for this script you're going to need to grab an if then statement, go to sensing, grab if key space press, and then change that to right arrow, and then put these two together, and then go to motion, change, and then put in change Y by 10, decapitate that, change it to left arrow, and change this to -10, and then that's basically the script right there. Okay, so next what you want to do, but first let me showcase what it does. So it allows the player to move left and right, and be able, like, say an enemy spawns like all the way over here, and the player's already over here, so all they have to do is press left arrow and they can shoot that enemy right there. So next what you want to do is create a copy of the player. So we want to decapitate this, go to costumes, and turn it over and make it red, or you can make it any color you want, but I'm going to go for red. So then you want to put it all the way up here, delete the script. Alright, so first of all, you gotta put hide there, and then forever create clone of myself. Wait 1 second. So when this happens, like every 1 second, it'll create a clone of itself. So when I start as a clone, get that, show, and then forever change Y by -1, so it slowly comes down. Let me just demonstrate it. So there we go. It slowly comes down. So what you want to do next is go to random position. So when they spawn, they go to a random position. So, but we don't want them spawning this close to the player. So what we want to do is go to control. When I start as clone, go in here, go get the block called set Y to certain coordinates. Okay, then what you want to do is type in 446, I think, and then they should start at up here, but they can be anywhere up here. Like they can be, okay, so they can only be up here, but they can spawn at any X up here. You get what I'm saying? Let me demonstrate. So they only spawn up there, but they can spawn like at any side. But next, what you want to do is grab another, when I start as a clone, and then forever if touching sprite 2, which is the bullet, then basically it's going to delete the sprite or the clone of the sprite. So delete this clone, and you want to go in here, and I already added this in, so you want to go to operators, get an OR, and then go to settings, touching sprite free, put that in there, and remove the forever from last episode. Apparently that doesn't like disappear or delete itself when you put forever there. So yeah, and then you put edge in this OR operator, and then you put this in here, and there we go. So then when the bullet touches it, it will die, it'll like disappear. Actually, we don't really need that script because the copy of the ship will just disappear itself before it's able to render that. So There we go. We can shoot the enemies. Also, what I want to do, we want to add some power-ups. So, let's go create a new sprite. And let's make a coin that the player can collect. So, when the player collects this, they'll get more points. So, let's type in 1. Get this. Make this big. And basically, it'll give them a single point. Let's make this a little bit smaller. So the player has to be exactly on it. Same thing with this. You want to go back to here. Copy this. Put this in here. Make sure your mouse is over it. Click. And then click this. Put this in here. Make sure your mouse, again, make sure your mouse is over it. And then go in there. And then we have those two sprites. Or scripts. So it should like forever go down. Or it can just stay there. So what you want to do is hide. Get when flag clicked, hide forever. Create clone of myself and wait 1 second. So every 1 second it will create a clone of itself. Or yeah, I think we should make it 2 seconds, just so the actually free, so the player doesn't get that much coins. They have to defeat enemies. And also, when I start this clone, if touching, okay, put a forever statement around the if then statement. Go to sensing, if to get this touching block, and then put in if touching sprite 1, which is our player. If it's touching the player, it will disappear and give the player some coins. So if touching the sprite 1, it will delete itself, delete the clone, to make a new variable called points. And then it will change points by 1. And at the start, it will set points to 0. And there we go. So, if we collect it, or just wait for it to come to us, we will get a point. There we go. Now we want to make a power up which allows the player to move faster. So let's make this a diamond, I think. Let's make this a diamond. There we go. I know that's not really a good diamond, but who cares? Okay, so make this smaller, and basically you want to copy the same thing into here. Oh wait, I accidentally deleted it. I didn't mean to do that. I think it was this. Decapitate. Make sure your mouse is over this. Okay, this time was decapitated. Make sure your mouse is over the sprite you want to put this in. So you want to copy that, and then do this again. There we go. And then, if it's either touching the bullet or the player, it would activate the power up. So let's go to the enemy and let's decapitate this. Make sure your mouse is over it, and then you want to go to operators and put a you're gonna get another if touching, and you want to make it so if it's touching sprite 1 or sprite 2, it will delete itself, but it will give the player a power up. So what we want to do is broadcast move faster, which is the ability. and then when I receive move faster, for decapitate this, and then put a forever, move 20, and move minus 20, and then let's see. So if it shoots it, oh, okay. So this is kind of bugged. Okay, yeah. So it isn't going down. So I'm going to fix that later in another episode. I don't know why that's happening. Okay, I put a forever on it. Okay, we'll just forget that. And whoa, what is happening down here? Okay, I should make it so when the enemy touches the ground they disappear, and they remove some of the player's points. Yeah. So you want to do is get, when I start as a clone, if touching, or actually we can just put an or touching edge, it will delete the clone. So let's let one of the enemies hit the ground. Okay, it's a very slow progress. Okay, there we go. So you want to do the same with the coin. If it's touching the ground, it will disappear. So you can't have all these hitting the ground and the player just has to move over and get it. So yeah, that doesn't make sense. So edge, there we go. So now if the coins touch the edge, it will disappear. And now we don't have to worry about anybody cheating and getting the coins if they're touching the ground. So now what we want to do is make the enemies delete their points. So change points by -1 every time. Actually, yeah, this is why you have to do it in a separate script. So when I get this out of here, decapitate this entire thing, remove this, remove the OR operator, and then get rid of this, and then throw these two away. And then let's see how it works. So it should be like whenever they hit the ground, you lose points. Wait, okay, yeah, the player isn't losing any points. So what we have to do is remove this also, and get a delete. Let's see what happens if we make them into separate sprite scripts. So I have 2 points. Let's see if they take it away. There we go. Our points are disappearing because they're hitting the ground. I can't allow them to do that. Okay, I'm still a little bit upset about the diamond thing, but I'll fix that in the next video, in part 3. So let's remove all these enemies, but we don't really have to play the game right now. So guys, thanks for watching. Subscribe, like, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.